Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking. Welcome to your love reading, the Wednesday love reading that we do every single Wednesday. And today is the 25th of January. We've just experienced the new moon in Cancer conjunct Jupiter, with a bit of help from Mars, but with a bit of stress coming from Venus. Venus is in her home sign of Taurus. Mars is now transiting through Virgo. Let's see what's going on today. We are using the Arcanum Tarot, which we haven't used for a while. So let's get into it. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, and your comments. Dear friends, today's reading will be a little bit quicker than other times. We cannot do the yes please, as I'm busy preparing the love readings for July for Patreon, for our patrons. Do stay till the end. We'll be taking the most important zodiac signs, and today we're also using the Lover's Path Tarot, the Mystic Moon oracles that we always use. We'll be getting some advice from the wisdom of the oracle, and we may be using the Lenormand. Now, the love messages today will be from the Twin Flame Messages by Mystic Moon. Mystic Moon, this is by Mystic Moon as well, just in case you are wondering. Okay, let's look at the Karma Dharma. Karma Dharma. This could be around this new moon. Whenever you view this reading, it could be a timeless reading, so keep that in mind. We're not all on the same timeline. I hope you're all doing well. It's getting really hot here in Greece. We've got high temperatures today, tomorrow, this week. Nevertheless, it is a Wednesday today, Wednesday 25th of June of 2025. Interesting, 25th on 2025. If you're celebrating your birthday on this new moon conjoining with Jupiter, wow, you'll be carrying this new moon, this positive new moon, for the rest of the year, for the rest of your birthday, till your next birthday. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is, please. Connect, think, concentrate on the person you're hoping to manifest. This could be a twin flame, it could be a soulmate, it could be a karmic connection reading, and some of you could be single, looking for love, hoping for that special person to come in. So let's see what's coming through. Thank you, Spirit. And I think today we'll call upon Archangel Gabriel, who's recently visited me, and a very special connection. I think I mentioned it yesterday, so I will not be talking about it again today. Do check out what I said yesterday. Consider being on Patreon even as a free member, okay, so that you could find out more about what happened with Archangel Gabriel. Let's see. We've got Jupiter here, and this is the Wheel of Fate, and Rocky just entered the room. Flow, it's saying, and you know, a new moon in Cancer in its rulership, because the moon rules Cancer, the sign of Cancer. And I don't know about you, I had an amazing prophetic dream at 3:50 this morning, Greek time. Woke up and wrote it down. It was all about very Cancerian, very connected to food, a restaurant, nurturing. Nurturing can happen through food, through love, through empathy, through being motherly towards someone. That's where I was in a restaurant. It was an amazing dream. Lots to talk about, lots to think about. Very prophetic indeed. Have you had any prophetic dreams? And it came to me on this new moon in Cancer. Interesting. And that's my 11th house, is the house of wishes and dreams. So I did see something. Maybe it could be, sometimes we say dreams are our subconscious, but these are prophetic dreams that stay with you. We do dream all night. We don't remember everything. So I guess it's the important dreams, which could mean visions as well. A vision, a peek into the future. Very significant. So I've had visions in my waking, and I have prophetic dreams. So That's probably why I'm in this sort of work. If you've noticed, my friends used to say when I was younger, let's ask Kathy, she'll know. So I've always had an interest into horoscopes and things like that. Rocky, let's see what's going on. Concentrate on your person. Rocky's basking in the sun. I've got a skylight next to me, and let me get him. Hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful boy. I was hoping he would show up. Some of you asked, you wanted to see him, to see how he's growing. Oh my God, he's so playful. He's very Martian, very warrior-like. He is a fighter. Look at this little gut. He can eat till the end of the day. He's eating all day. I actually called him a scab. I don't know if that's a term we use in Australia. A scab is, I'm going to eat whatever's left, whatever the big cats leave. Agape and Gaia, he'll go and he'll clean up the plate. He wants to grow up fast. Look at the size of his paws. I said he's going to be a little cat, but I think he's going to grow. He's going to be a big boy. Look at that tummy. And he doesn't shy away from being cheeky and playing with Gaia. Agape is more nurturing, more motherly. Gaia's a little bit, she's a bit jealous of him. And yeah, curiosity, right? Hello, beautiful boy. You're not hungry now. Meow. What's up, Bubby? What's up, beautiful boy? Yeah, you've got a bit of a voice on you. Not too loud. Look at that little belly. Isn't he just gorgeous? I love you too, sweetheart. Yeah, my hand's a mouse, okay. He's doing his training, like Alexander the Great. He's training for the big life, so he's a bundle of joy. Okay, darling, I'm going to put you down now, if you don't mind, so Mummy can get to work, okay? Love you lots. You're so sweet. I just can't resist. He's gorgeous. So yes, he came back from the dead twice. He's an incredible kitty. But with little kitties like that, you need to be very, very careful. You don't tread on them. You don't close the door on their tail. There are so many dangers, as there are always for little ones in the house. You're going to be very safe. So he's basking in the sun, playing by himself, keeping himself occupied. Let's get to work, Kathy. Okay. The new moon analysis is up on Patreon, of course. The new moon from now until the next 2 weeks, or the month until the next new moon. You will see what's coming through. I hope you've sent out your intentions and your wishes. Some of you may wait for the third night after the new moon, where you could actually see the new moon cusp in the sky. Maybe you want to set your intentions then. It's different, depends on what you believe. But yeah, and it could take up to 6 months to manifest this new moon. Okay, all about mother, the home, the family. Self-love is a very important theme relative to this new moon. If you're not finding love coming from elsewhere, practice self-love, self-care as well. It's all about family. It's all about our emotional lives, our personal home lives, our financial security, our emotional security. Okay, so let's hope that Jupiter will bring some luck, some protection to... we had some good news about the ceasefire relative to Israel and Iran, typical on a Jupiter conjunction with the sun and this new moon. Let's hope that is promise for peace in the future. Okay, concentrate on your person. We're taking 9 cards. 9 cards. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel, for your assistance. Let's take the middle card. We've got the World card. So something is coming to a completion. There is potential for accomplishment. This can speak to marriage, can speak to a completion point, the end of a particular journey in our life. Some of us could be dealing with foreigners because it's the world card, right? We've got all the 4 fixed signs. So we've got Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius here. Okay, and it's not an easy journey to get to the world card. It is a huge accomplishment. 6 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. The Justice card. We've got the Devil. Here you go. We've got 2 Saturnian cards. 2 cards connecting to Saturn. And Saturn is the Lord of karma, timing. He could be, he could speak to addictions, drugs, sex, anything that is abused, anything that is unhealthy, unhealthy attachments, karmic attachments, secret love affairs, third party affairs. My God, the Devil. Very uneasy card. The Devil is also, as I said, unhealthy attachments or even cycles that you've been through with a person, or with, I mean, if there is a third party situation here, third parties would be the Devil, but sometimes people do get stuck, because I do see that with the money cards here, Earth, 6 and 7 of Pentacles. Money has got a lot to do with what's going on in this relationship, but also practical matters. You know, the Devil, being Saturn, can speak to responsibility, heavy work, a lot of karma that needs to be worked through, lots of lessons that need to be learned. And you'll keep falling into the same cycle until you've learnt your lesson, until we've learnt our lesson. But this is an accomplishment here. That's the general energy. So we'll see. I mean, this is not being able to stay away from someone. Very strong sexual attachments, obsessions, right? This is no. Saturn is the Lord of the law, the Lord of the law as well. This is like breaking the rules, right? And when we break the rules, the rules of natural law and of life in general, the way we live our lives, let's say, it can get us into a bit of a rut. So this is sort of overstepping boundaries, because Saturn is boundaries, having overstepped boundaries. And we see the Justice card, and as I said, sometimes people can get stuck between a past relationship and a new relationship because of financial distress or hardships, or not being able to move out, so on and so forth. So there could be an ex, there could be someone new that's entered your life. We'll see. 10 of Cups. The Star card, beautiful. I'm so happy to see the Star card in this position, because it's got to do with the past. This is the past, the present, and the future. And we've got the past, the present, and the future. So this card here has got to do with the past, but also with the future. It's connecting the past and the future. The Star card, a card of hope, long distance, freedom, wishes fulfilled, naked truths. Remember, this is Saturn. We've got Aquarius. So we've got Capricorn. You know, Saturn rules Aquarius as well. We've got Capricorn and Aquarius, but as I said, Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn, and they are connected. But Aquarius is also ruled by Uranus, who actually on the 7th of July, in a few days, will be entering the sign of Gemini. So the fixed signs will be off the hook. Uranus can speak to sudden epiphanies, change, rebellion, revolting, breaking free, breaking out, having some sort of an ingenious, intellectual way of getting unstuck. So this is like the wish card, right? It does bring a lot of hope and a lot of promise. And Aquarius is also a very free-spirited free-spirited sign, you cannot box them in. You cannot imprison an Aquarian individual. They will break free. They'll find the way. So remember, Aquarius also speaks to friendships. So I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius, or you're dealing with a Capricorn, or you're dealing with a fixed sign. As I said, the 4 fixed signs. Libra comes through as well. I get Libra here as well, even though we do have some Earth. Now, Earth mainly, we've mentioned already Capricorn. For me, the 6 of Pentacles is a very karmic card indeed. As I always say, we see the scales here and we see the scales there. So scales mean balance or imbalances, obviously. We've also got the Star card pouring from one jug to the other, trying to find the equal, the harmonious relationship in our life, right? Aquarius, the crazy scientist, very scientific, very futuristic, very much about breaking free, breaking out. Venus in Taurus is coming up to Uranus soon, so that could be a sudden shift. And Venus in Taurus is all about values and financial security, self-worth, and pleasures, right? Venus loves all her valuables and her pleasurable things that tantalize those 5 senses. But Venus in Taurus also needs security, a security in love. So we've got the 3 of Cups here. 3 of Cups can be a reconciliation card, but it can also speak to the involvement of third parties. We see here also that we've got a 10 of Cups, and remember, 10s turn into aces. So in actuality, something is coming to an end here. We see a family unit, and we see the Justice card, which can speak to karmic justice or divorce, settlement, or harmonious or disharmonious relationships or connections. What's the outgoing? Lovely. Lovely. We've got the King of Cups. This is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Of course, it's mainly the Scorpio card, but we are on a new moon in Cancer. We also see the fish here. You can't see it, but I can see it. Here are the fish. So Pisces is very very apparent here. And you know, this new moon in Cancer, very positive indeed for Scorpio, for Pisces, for all the earth signs, of course. All the earth signs, so Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. But also very significant for new beginnings, especially for Pisces individuals. If you're a Pisces, this new moon is happening, especially if you're a Pisces rising, in your 4th house, so bringing you more nurturing, love, security, emotional openness, things like that. And Jupiter on this new moon, amazing. So okay, if you've got planets angles at the early degrees of Pisces especially. Okay, so just thought I'd mention that. What's at the foundation? We've got the Hangman. There's Pisces again. So this is like a release for me. This is like a release. Someone's been punished, or someone's gone through sacrifices. Remember, the Hanging Man cannot stay upside down forever. It's Pisces is the 12th house, speaks to karma, dharma, beliefs going through change, having seen things from a more elevated point of view, a more divine point of view. And of course, the Hanging Man is the 12th house, which can speak to secret love affairs. But there's an ending, there's a release, there's a surrender. This could be also, remember, Pisces rules sleep and dreams. Interesting. The North Node is in Pisces as well, and the North Node is a Jupiterian energy, and Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter, so it's quite significant. I mean, Jupiter gives us that bigger picture and some truths. Maybe we've been living in a dream world, you know, sort of living for the dream, but we need to get grounded. We need to have the reality that Saturn brings. Saturn, Neptune at the early degrees of Aries, right? Relative to this new journey. I absolutely love this because we see the Six of Pentacles is like someone having invested themselves in one connection more so than the other. You could see this person is like begging, and this person is facing this way. So maybe this is someone, you could be dealing with someone that is in a position that can pay others, so they could have a position of leadership where love is concerned generally, where we give energy, because pentacles, money, it's all energy. Where we give our energy, that's what we value. So there is a sense of importance of who we provide for, who we spend our energy on. It's all energies, right? So someone's been wasting their energy on another connection, possibly an unhealthy, a karmic, possibly. Because I do get Libra also with the scales in this card. And remember, it is a 6, and 6, of course, 6s are balance, harmony, but 6 is also the number of the lovers. So someone's been wasting their energy. We see the ending of that, and there's an opening, a heart opening here, a masculine emotional openness. And I just want to also mention that Juno, the asteroid of commitment and marriage, is retrograding through the sign of Scorpio and will be turning direct this month. In the month of July. So someone's been pacing up and down what they're going to do in relation to a particular agreement, marriage contract, and dealings with children, because Juno does signify children as well. So that's really interesting here, that we've also got the Justice card, the Devil card, which is hard work. It's a lot of karma, something to do with legalities. I mean, this is Libra, we've got Capricorn, both cardinal signs. Cardinal signs, we've just had the summer solstice right in the northern hemisphere. It's a change of season. A change of season is upon us, obviously. As the seasons change, so do we. And, you know, this could also be a very, the devil can speak to lots of fears as well. Fear of change, fear of what we truly desire, because we usually see two people that are chained together. They're in their birthing suits, right? So sexually they're very attracted to each other, to the point where it could feel like, I can't get away, this person is my drug, this person is my oxygen. But remember, Capricorn is also work. It's heavy work. It's someone's reputation. It's their personality out there in the world. It's business. It's career. So, you know, if we've got someone here that's in a position to pay others, this could be talking to someone that works a lot, someone that's got a position, also possibly success in their society, let's say. Someone that's reached the pinnacle of happiness and completion. You know, Saturn is like no. Now, Saturn is a very important planet. Why? Because without Saturn, we don't marry, we don't divorce, we don't separate, we don't become grandparents, we don't become parents. Saturn means responsibility, maturing, and responsibilities, needing to grow up fast, or obligations through work, through others, through family, responsibilities, so on and so forth. We've got a couple of difficult cards, but we get to the pinnacle of happiness here. This is like a story that's playing out, right? So someone's been investing, and also very, very much so financially. So we could have someone that's also financially in a good position. We go from the 6 to the 7, where someone's realized, you know, I've been investing here emotionally, physically, on a daily basis. I've been investing myself here, but I haven't been fair, I haven't been just, or I could not give elsewhere because I'm mainly invested here, whether it was a business, whether it's another relationship. But here, someone's come to the point, we could be talking about someone with strong earth, that is looking at their investments, where they've been investing themselves. Again, I'm going to say their life, their energy, their soul. Remember the flow card. This is a number 10. It is Jupiter. Jupiter does speak to endings. It's a 10. It turns into an ace. Jupiter is someone seeing the bigger picture. Jupiter can be someone who's quite important, someone who holds a position of importance. Remember that Jupiter was also the king of the gods, of the Olympian gods. He sat on the throne. There was, and he had the power, nevertheless. He had the power. He was respected. He was obeyed. But generally speaking, where the soul's journey is concerned, remember that number 10, the wheel of fate, which speaks to divine timing. And after endings, start new beginnings. But what is the card that comes after the wheel of fate? The next card would be justice, number 11. And to me, that's 11 is a portal, of course. And we're talking about now aces, right? Aces mean beginnings. So something is coming to an end. We've got a couple of 10s. We've also got the justice card. The justice is a karma dharma card for me, right? And of course, it speaks to equality, balance, harmony in relationships, since we're looking at relationships. But it can also speak to legalities. Libra rules the natural 7th house, which can speak to legal separation and divorce if there isn't harmony. And if you remember, not so long ago, we had the eclipses happening. We had the South Node transiting through Libra. And the South Node is someone getting uncomfortable because of an imbalance, a unharmonious possible commitment, marriage, so on and so forth. So what comes after that? It's heaviness, it's karma, it's hard work, it's timing, it's drudgery, it's heavy responsibilities, it's fears, it's maturing, needing to be grounded, needing to see the reality, not fearing taking responsibility, and not fearing putting up the boundaries as well, because Saturn does speak to boundaries, but also timing. So it took time. This was hard work to get to the World card, which is in the now position. So something is completing, and we've got a restart here. Now, we could be talking about a family unit with a younger child. Doesn't have to be. These could be two people that have got grandchildren. Okay, just saying. Each case will be different, but as I said, this turns into the Ace of Cups, and here is the King of Cups holding the Ace of Cups. And the King of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, as I said. Someone emotionally open. Someone that was more about the reality, what I see, what I can touch is real, but what I feel may not be real. So I don't know what sign we're talking about here, but the King of Cups is someone that's emotionally balanced. Now, balanced or imbalanced, I don't know, but the outgoing line here is Justice, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Cups. And here we've got the Star, the Three of Cups, and the King of Cups. Of course, Three of Cups could be reconciliation, but it could be involving third parties as well. This is like someone needing to break free because they were in a connection where they sacrificed everything, did not see the return. They felt as though they were sacrificing, being trodden on, being the doormat, being used, abused. So they've come to their senses, let's say, or they've seen things from a different perspective. They've gone through a life's journey where maybe they were in an unhappy marriage. Usually when there's a crack, when there's unhealthy well, an imbalance within a relationship, and there are cracks. There's no respect, there's no reciprocity. That's usually when the portal opens, third parties enter. So that may be a trap, because I do see the devil as a trap as well. So, but it's all about test. It's all about learning. It's all about soul's journey and lessons that we have in this incarnation. So we see a restart here, and someone wishing towards the future, in the near future, possibly at a physical distance as well, that there could be a reconciliation, a return. And July, we've got retrograde. It's retrograde season. Mercury will be retrograde, right? And we've got a king that's gone through maturing here, because this is more of a, a skin deep connection. I admire you. I'm addicted to you. I'm sexually aroused by you. I can't live without you, and I'm choking as I'm saying that. Someone cannot say those words. Someone cannot express their emotions. If you're dealing with someone that is, let me get some water. Told you I'm choking. Excuse me. Capricorn is someone who holds a position of power. So if you're dealing with someone that is in a powerful position, being the King of Cups is a huge accomplishment, where they could be open emotionally. Now, we're not reading reversals here, so there is a possibility that this King of Cups, that their cup is empty. So, the shadow side to Cancer is someone that would nag, someone that could be, because Cancer is a water sign, cardinal water sign. So, cardinal means new season, change, initiation, new beginnings. But Cancer, the good side to Cancer is they will provide, they will nurture, they would love like a mother. They would feed you, right? They would make sure you're warm, that you've taken your bath. That's the motherly side. But when Cancer is unhappy, they will nag, they will sulk, they will cry, they will kick, and they will be upset. Don't forget, opposite to Cancer is Capricorn. So when we're talking about an axis, we have to talk about both signs. So sometimes, what one sign is missing, the other one will make up for it, and the other way around. They work together. So there is a tough side to Cancer as well, or where they put on a brave front because they need to. Remember the crab, the outer shell, the soft interior. But there is potential here. There is potential. Now, what's interesting here is that, okay, we've got Libra, thankfully. We've got some air, because air is important. We need to have all the elements here. Do we have any fire? We don't have any fire, apart from speaking to the Leo in this card. Interesting. Let's see what's beneath the Hanging Man. Remember, this is a new moon in Cancer. It's more about the family. As soon as we enter the Leo season, the fire will be turned up. There'll be more desire, more passion, more action, more confidence, so on and so forth. Now it's the crab that wants to go away and hide, or has got family obligations to take care of right now, or even their internal self, their psyche and their soul's emotions, their inner emotions, their hidden emotions. This is what is playing out now with this new moon. What's beneath a Hanging Man? We've got the Five of Swords. Not an easy card at all. Eight of Wands. I don't know if you're in communication or connecting. I do see that the Wands sort of find the Five of Swords, so it feels like there's been, you've either been blocked or someone's not communicating. There could be internal, external battles as well. but someone needs to go through a release to see things from another perspective here. There are third parties. We see that in the Five of Swords. Other people's involvement, even if it's not another relationship. This could be the third party, could be a best friend that's telling you they're no good for you because they don't reciprocate, blah, blah, blah. There are, the infiltration of third parties doesn't necessarily mean that we're all in a secret love affair. It's how we are affected by the words of others, our best friend, our siblings, so on, our parents. Let's see, what's beneath that? We've got the Knight of Swords, Six of Cups. Knight of Swords, never easy energy. The Knight of Swords. This is someone that is very, how can I say it? Very guarded, I'm going to say, relative to their emotions. Six of Cups is a nostalgia card, a card of the past where there was trust once upon a time. And then we see the Knight of Swords guarded and carrying their sword. So trying to see things from a very logical standpoint. I get Aquarius, it could be Gemini, could be Libra, of course. The sword also cuts, I'm cutting my my desires, my will, my drive to send out those messages. I'm sort of holding back. This could also be someone that's dealing with legalities. Now, if there is another commitment here that someone could be possibly going through and ending with because of the Justice card and the Ten of Cups, they could be also at a physical distance with each other. So your person may have been connecting with a foreigner. And what I see here is the bow and arrow. The bow and arrow is the target. Remember, the bow and arrow is the Cupid's tool, the god Eros, who obviously someone's been striked in the heart here and cannot get over this this connection, cannot fall out of love. But there could also be physical distance between you and a person. That could also be very challenging, because Pisces can also speak to people at a distance that are living at, because the ninth house, the natural house of Sagittarius, is more about travel, exploration, whereas the 12th house is more about immigration, so where you reside, where you actually live. So let's see what else we've got. Let's take the Lover's Path Tarot. Let's take 3 cards, and we'll take some Lenormand for clarity here. 3 cards. What's going on in love? We see a divine masculine ready to offer their cup. Unless they're not ready, if he were to be in the reverse, he could be waiting on your cup, waiting on your communication, your openness, your emotional openness. Because this could be someone that's got a chip on their shoulder. They need to go through healing, because they still may be going through releasing a lot of karma, letting go, and going through a spiritual awakening here for sure. Yep, we've got oppression. So this is the Tower. It's called oppression. The Tower, remember, is Uranus. Could be Mars energy as well. Mars is a bit weak in Virgo. He's not as fiery, not as dead set on going to war, right? Mars is let's get the work done. Let's do things a step at a time. Mars slows down in Virgo, but Uranus is at the last minutes of the sign of Taurus. So we will be having Tower moments surely, as Venus is coming up to Uranus in the next week. Not everyone, remember this is a general reading, so not everyone will have surprises. Remember, Uranus can speak to having that higher perspective, connection to the divine and to spirit, like insights where love is concerned, insights with Venus and Uranus connecting, or big sudden twists and turns, which could be shocking, could be revealing, but could also be very surprising and freeing. There's the Six of Coins. There's the Six of Coins. So someone's holding back on reciprocating. Is it to who they were reciprocating in the past? Or is this a sudden change to who they're reciprocating now, who they're investing themselves in now? And we've got the Five of Wands. This could be also, if you're dealing with someone that is in another commitment, because the Five of Wands, and we actually see three people in this deck, but the Five of Wands usually is a family situation for me, where they're still, because the Six of Coins is also I'm needing to pay money out, divorce settlements, so on and so forth. But the Five of Wands in this deck is showing three people, so two masculine, one feminine. So there could be competition here. The lack of reciprocity could be because for some of you, you may be in another connection. Your person may have been single for all we know. So maybe they were not reciprocating, not giving back as much because there was another person in the picture, and that that brought conflict, internal conflict to your person. If you were, some of you may have been in another connection, and you're still legally bound by another connection, and therefore your person could have conflict, internal conflict as to where am I going to get mixed up. So either that, or there's the first thing that I said. Let's take more. Let's see, we've got the Page of Coins. Page of Coins could be a message, someone's thinking to send a message, or it could be an actual child. It could be planning, strategizing, something that you may be learning, strategizing for the future, where this pentacle, how we can make it grow, which would be a relationship, a more stable relationship. I want to see what the Tower, what does that mean? And we've got the Magician. We've got the Magician. So this is like an understanding. The Magician, of course, is Gemini, Virgo. It can speak to communication, the alignment of the stars, bringing a possible new beginning. It is another ace. And we've spoken about magic. Yesterday in the Messenger is Here, we spoke about Hephaestus, Vulcan in Latin, who was able to make magic. He had all the tools to make the magic. Maybe you want to check out yesterday's Messenger reading. Magic has been mentioned, and with Jupiter on this new moon, magic is very possible. Let's see, because the Magician is also trickery. Can speak to trickery, or just like the Magician, someone pulls a rabbit out of a hat. There's great intelligence. The Magician can do whatever he desires. There's great intelligence, there's great logic, there's great foresight, right? And he's got the ability to do that. So let's take one more, because if someone's looking for a way to return to your life, and it may not happen now, it may happen in the month of July. We've got a Mercury retrograde in the sign of Leo, so look to that part of your chart. And we've got Cupid, the Prince of Arrows. This is the Knight of Swords. Someone's coming in very abrupt, very could be also very upset. Someone that has God, Eros, right? Cupid, the story, the mythology of Cupid and Psyche. She had to run through hoops so she could win the heart of Eros, Cupid, right? So you may want to Google that. It was very, very hard for Psyche, but she they had a nice happy ending. But remember, there's poison here, and the poison is here as well. The bow and arrow, which I mentioned earlier. right? So lots of communication, very sudden. Cupid is a baby, could also be a child. A child could be a third party here. We've got a king of coins. Here is Zeus. Here is Jupiter. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. What's he sitting on? He's sitting on the high priestess, and she's usually the other woman. Very wise, very aligned, very attuned to the subtle energies and the wisdom. Great wisdom here. So this possibly for some of you is a spiritual connection. What is the high priestess sitting on? She's sitting on the 5 of cups, so she's crying over spilt milk. Those 3 cups spilt in the past, so maybe a makeup or a breakup in the past. Looks like there could be another reconciliation. Feels like cycles to me. I don't think that this would be, unless this is someone from another incarnation that you've had cycles with, right? Could also be in this lifetime. But let's see. We see someone quite emotionally mature. I would say that they would be, because the 10 of cups is this is what they're thinking of. They want justice. They want to reciprocate. They want to show their support, their value. They want their other half. That's what justice is all about, right? What's going on in the emotions? Someone's checking out someone else's social media. I do get Aquarius with this card. We've got vibrations. If you are, something's, nagging at you and you're feeling, okay, those subtle little vibrations that come from above that you're being spied on. Yes, it's so true. It's so true. They are checking you out. We see a divine masculine checking out the divine feminine. She can feel it. She's already in tune, the feminine. We've got the guide, the guiding light, seeing the light. This would be Virgo energy. The inner light, possibly. We've got the muse, which is the vision, which is the dream, which is the fantasy. Could also be a little bit of deception, hiding behind the veil. Very Piscean. Okay. To me, this is saying no more in being in dream state. It's time to see the reality. Virgo, Pisces, we've got here, and we've had eclipses ever since September of last year on this axis. So look to those areas of your chart. Maybe, eclipses are about eclipsing things, situations, and people out of our life. This is like someone not wanting to see clearly, not wanting to see the truth, the inner truth. They're refusing to see the truth, but they're going to be forced to see the truth. And that could be how they truly emotionally feel, how they are, how you may be their soft spot. Either that or this dream, this vision cannot happen because there is still work to be done. We're in the now, so possibly this cycle is closing up now. The now is a big word. Timing is very difficult to pinpoint. There's Uranus again. This destruction, this Uranus, this tower moment brings down the wall. The answer is no. Brings down the wall. Okay? So it's like a restart, and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is the earth. There will be big changes. What will those changes be? Wow. There's an offer on the table. There's a soulmate connection. Someone's getting down on their knees. We see a lot of romance here, possibly. And someone feeling very worthy, very valued, and very free. Very free. Masks. The mask always shows up for us. The masks may be coming off, may be revealed. Could be when the moon transits through Pisces. Someone's been waiting for the truth, waiting for someone to reveal their true emotions, possibly. Hello, hello. Let's take an advice card for a moment. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It really helps the channel. You may connect with us in the chat as we're there with you. But as I said, we cannot do the yes please as we're doing the readings for Patreon, the individual love readings. Special thanks to our patrons for their support. And we'll also be taking the next 3 winners, the next 3 Patreon lucky winners for a free tarot reading in the next week or so. Let's see what the advice is. Thank you, Spirit. Round and round. Yeah. Round and round. You see this shell? That's like the Venus. Venus conjoining with the Sun. That's the Venusian synodic cycle. But it's like doing it again. Coming over again and again. Number 25. Today's the 25th. That's interesting. I get a very strong Neptune energy here. Let's read the card. We'll read the relationship message. 25 equals a 7. That's the Chariot. Chariot is all about forward momentum, overcoming any difficulties and obstacles. Are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? There's that deja vu again. Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you've found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine as you get to do things again, only differently this time. For you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. Stay out of the blame game means don't blame the others. We cannot force others to do things our way. That's totally out of the question. Let's take some Lenormand. I might take one, 2 cards on the important positions. Let's see. What is that 6 of Pentacles about in the distant past, please, Spirit? Yeah, conflict, and number 11 again. Conflict about a lack of reciprocity. If this is a relationship that you've been in, that you wanted to manifest, and you keep finding yourself going around and around. But this is also someone realizing that I've been paying so much out. I've sacrificed so much. There's no reciprocity. That could be from a past connection. That could be internal or even external conflict relative to money being given out. Unequally. What is the 7 of Pentacles? Yep, we've got the divine masculine here looking at their investments. This could also be someone that does invest their money, but they've also been seeing emotionally and in practical matters in their daily life who they've been giving to, who they've been investing in, which relationship they've been investing in. See, there's change from this. But this can also be the lack of reciprocity, could also have been physical distance between you and your person. So that wasn't easy, obviously. What is the Justice card, dear Spirit? We've got the Fish. The Fish can speak to prosperity, but a lot of illusion as well, possibly also deception. I usually see the Fish as well as, because fish swim in schools in family, so I do get something to do with money connected to family and that possible karma dharma, needing to pay money out, losses and gains, or it was just karmically fated that someone had to lose a lot of money, or it was just karmically they had to get into a connection where they would lose money, or their karmic other came into their life because of the financial and not because of the emotional connection, possibly as well. One more. New cycle begins. Lots of communication, talk about movement, lots of quick communications that will bring a sense of justice and clarity. Just maybe also karmically, someone needs to travel over water and over land for this new beginning. Let's see. And lots of talks relative to a possible litigation or divorce or financial settlement. What is the devil? The good life, or someone's reputation, someone needing to be strong. And we've got, wow, the Garden of Eden is also what is out of bounds, right? Garden of Eden is the forbidden fruit. The forbidden fruit is, this is headline and sinker. Someone's lost their heart. Someone's given away their heart to someone that they feel very, very drawn to. Even though they're the wrong person, the timing was wrong, everything was wrong. Remember, Venus was born through the fountain here on the water, and she was very magnetizing. She attracted all the gods. Some people just could not reject her beauty. So I do feel here that there's great attraction, but there's also blockages and lots of lessons, lots of heart lessons. Also, one more thing relative to someone's reputation, maybe someone having fallen for someone that they could not bring out into the public because it would hurt their name in society, their ego, whatever. What is the world card? Someone is trying to be smart or intelligent or tactful, and this is the way that they complete, that they accomplish an ending. Some of you may also have gone or are going through, have recently gone through a breakup because of lies, deception. We did see the magician. This is very similar to the magician as well. So someone not speaking truthfully, not being totally open, trying to, to elude, to escape from, just like the fish slipped through your fingers, right? Not wanting to be totally truthful about what's going on in their life, what's going on here with the Ten of Cups. A window of opportunity, the lucky clover. And something that seemed like very lucky has been a heavy burden, maybe. Or there's an opportune moment to end this cycle, this chapter in one's life. And I feel it's got to do with the divine masculine, because they've been carrying a heavy burden and they've been running on faith. Let me write that down because I will not remember it. Okay, let's continue. Let's see what the star is. We've got the bear. The bear speaks to responsibility, motherhood, someone who sits in a position of power, and this is someone who needs to be very confident. You can't see the cards. We've got the flowers and we've got the bear. Someone in a responsible position, possibly planning for the future. Just a moment. About that interruption. So someone needs to grow some confidence so that they can make this offer. This is a promise for the future. This is also an offer for a reconciliation or a meeting. And we do see someone who does have heavy responsibilities. And you know what? This could also be someone that wants to protect you. If this is your person, right? Unless this is your energy, my dear friends, and you're very protective of your family and you put them above all, even above your own personal life. So the protection and the sanctuary towards your children, your grandchildren, your best interest, nevertheless, business, so on and so forth. That's how I see the bear here. And we've got the flowers. So let's see what that Three of Cups speaks to. Yep, we've got third parties here with the snake. There's a lot of desire for this connection, but there may also still be third parties here. Yeah, it could be someone still in a commitment. But the snakes, yes, it does speak to secrecy, passion, desire, jealousy could speak to. But the snake also is the Scorpio energy. Remember, it can speak to poison that's turned into elixir. And the snake is like shedding third parties here, getting grounded, doing the work, possibly. But I do get that still there may be third parties, right? Because of the anchor. And let's see what the King of Cups speaks to. We've got the divine feminine. There will be a meeting here. This is a get together. This is a meeting for sure. They're facing each other. That's incredible what we see here. So there's a motherly essence to this masculine king. Usually there is in water signs. They're more the yin energy. But let's take another card. Let's take another card. And we've got, it's a little bit blocked time-wise because the Tower in the Lenormand is different. It's about limitation and timing. To me, I do see the Tower as someone that's very lonely, someone that's in a possible other contract, other commitment, or someone that owns their own business. So someone that's they love what they do. They've built their empire, whatever the empire is. It could be just a entrepreneurship, right? It doesn't have to be someone that's rich, but someone that's well off, someone that's comfortable. The Tower speaks to delays, but for me, because this is a Saturnian card, as I said, Saturn is the Lord of karmic timing, heavy lessons, but also Saturn is the glue that we need and the lead that grounds, that Saturn are the foundations. Saturn is the foundations that we can build something very long lasting. Okay, so not easy work. We do see some delays here. I'm going to dare to take one more card. And we've got the ring, and that is something long term, my friends, but this could also be another cycle that you are on your own personal journey. Okay, because this can speak to delays, and there's still a marriage. I don't know if it's your side, if it's your person's side, if it's both of you. There's still some delays because of some work that needs to be done. This is like a contractual agreement. Either that, or if we look at it as the Tower in the tarot, which could be something very interchangeable and, shocking and freeing, well, let me know, because that could be playing out for you personally. If you've got any planets that are connecting with Uranus and Venus at those last degrees of Taurus. Okay, so Taurus opposite is Scorpio, Leo and Aquarius. So if you've got any planets or angles, or you've got your North Node, let's say, at the last degrees of the fixed signs, I would say also the very early degrees of the mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. Very, very important. I want to take one card on our divine masculine. What's this? What are they looking at? Yep, they're looking to, from here on, I would say, to invest in their own heart and what their heart is telling them, because they need clarity, they need confidence, they need strength, they need to lead. They also need to heal. They want to reconcile. They want to reconcile, but they want to reconcile and make where their heart could be happy. Do you know what I mean? It's the heart, Leo. It's the heart, and it's the sun that brings healing as well. But I feel that the divine masculine is following their heart, and we see that with the King of Cups here. Sure, 100%. What is this tower here? I just want to get one Lenormand card on that tower. We've got the moon, so it could be happening around this new moon. As I said, for some it'll be, because the tower is quick energies. I would say up until the next, the full moon in 2 weeks, this may be happening for some of you. Let's take the King of Coins here. Who is the King of Coins? What's going on with them? The closed book, Pisces energy, or they're closing up something in their life. Something's ending in their life. What is it? The blockages, 21. They're closing up a major life cycle. You may not know about it. Why? Because they're like the fox. They're not telling you about it. What else? Yeah, you see, they're not going. It feels like even personality change here. Like you may have been dealing with someone that was quite the trickster. This could also be changing, because we've got the coffin here. Or this could be your person having lost someone physically, having gone through a loss. This could be for one person out there. It doesn't have to be for most of you, okay? Or that they're going through major endings which they have not communicated to you about. One more, and we've got the dog. We've got the dog and the fox. So in this connection, one person was the dog, the other was the fox. Unfortunately, what is Cupid telling us here as an outcome? The tree, a past connection, a connection that has grown really deep roots, a connection where it's hard work, and a connection where there was a lot of secrecy, because Cupid kept his identity from Psyche. He did not want to know her, for her to know that it was Cupid that was her husband. They would sleep together, and the next and then he would fly away, and she would wake up on her own when the sun would come out. He would hide his identity. So you may be dealing with someone that has hidden their identity greatly from you. But there will be communication, love talk, transition, being able to see things from a higher perspective. There's the tree, and the nest is at the top of the tree. It's like building a brand new foundation, but it's up in the air, up in the sky. It's like an ascension relative to this connection. An ascension process, up-leveling, I would say, possibly for many of you. And we've got the child, so there could be a child that's involved, but the child is also naivety, play, happiness, new beginnings, and it is a 13. So after an ending to a cycle, there's a rebirth, right? This is the seed. Cancer is the child, it's the inner child, it's the newborn. Something is being birthed today. I hope that this is what you're hoping for, and whatever you're hoping for manifests. Let's take some messages now from your person. Concentrate on your person, please. I would say also, if you're dealing with someone who you haven't been communicating, or they've been keeping a lot of secrets, because the moon is very secretive. Pay attention to your dreams. Also, the moon speaks to someone's personal life, their stability, their security, so on and so forth, plus lots of secrets. So a lot will be revealed, surely, with the new moon in Cancer, as it's growing, as it's waxing. But also what you don't know is that your person maybe, because they're seeking advice from a professional, could be a solicitor, I mean a lawyer, could be a doctor, psychologist. There's huge changes going on with the Tower in the emotional and the physical life of your person, unless this is you or you're mirroring each other, and what I'm mentioning about your person is also happening for you. Let's dig deep. Let's pick at their head, their thoughts. Let's connect with their thoughts, their emotions. I still love you. So if you were doubting that there was love, I still love you, which means they've loved you and they still love you. I need more time to figure things out. I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. And it's easier to just stay away right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Remember how I said before someone needs to grow some ... confidence? Like the bear and the flowers. Yeah. So you might be the bear. You may be very upset at this time. And I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. Lovely, lovely. Let's see which signs are the most affected. Which signs come through more so. And if you're interested in a personal reading, don't hesitate to reach out. DivineDebut11.net and DivineDebut11@gmail.com is our email. If you're a patron, of course, you get a discount. All patrons are entitled to a discount. And thank you so much for your love and your support and your donations, my dear friends. Your loving support and you commenting every single time. Let's see which signs come through. Libra, that was obvious. We saw Libra everywhere before. We've got Cancer. Well, well. Aquarius. And Aquarius has been mentioned as well. And we've got Pisces. We've got Capricorn. And I think we'll take the top card. We've got Sagittarius. Okay, what's at the bottom? And we've got Scorpio. Okay, these are just the most important signs. Not to say that everything else that's been mentioned is not particularly important here. Interesting indeed. So we've got Pisces, Sag. So the mutable signs. We've got Cardinal. We've got more Cardinal energy here. Cardinal means initiation, new beginnings, and Cancer new moon is a Cardinal new moon. And we've got Scorpio and Aquarius, which are the fixed signs as well. So we've got more Cardinal, which means action, initiation, new beginnings. So that comes through stronger, more so than digging our heels in. And well, there is help here with Pisces and Sagittarius to and not, of course, to dig our feet in further, but be more go through a transmutation, right? Pisces and Sagittarius, both signs ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is very, very evident in our reading today. Remember, Jupiter in a woman's chart can also speak to a divine masculine teacher, someone, whether they're a teacher or not, doesn't matter. But they could be someone who has come into your life to bring you the wisdom, to teach you lessons, to help you see the bigger picture. And this is wonderful, this new moon. So looking forward to it. And I hope you enjoyed it, my dear friends. Thank you so much. I will catch up with you. I do look forward to the Patreon individual love readings within the next few days. Today's the 25th, so I've still got 5 days till the end of June, thankfully. I will be working on the astrology month ahead for July today. So again, tier 3 on Patreon. And yeah, I think that is it. Obviously, next week we'll be back with a yes, please. This time we can't do it because I'm busy. Thank you so much for your love and your support. I hope you're all keeping well. Stay cool, stay warm if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. Much hello to our beautiful friends in the Southern Hemisphere. We usually don't mention them, and I'm hoping to visit soon. So if you're in Sydney, let me know. I'll keep you in mind. Yeah, one day soon, hopefully. Love and light, God's will. You know, it's always, if it's God's will, then it shall happen. Thank you, dear Spirit. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. Thank you for your love and your support and your protection. And thank you for the ceasefire. Let's hope that lasts. Love and light, my dear friends. Do share this video. Do like it. Do support this channel. It helps a lot. Helps us keep going. Talk to you soon. Stay well.